Good afternoon. Today, thank you so much for joining us for the Minority Christian Women Entrepreneurs Network. Today, we're going to be talking with Elaine Myada of Myada Communications. But before we begin, let's just talk a little bit about McQuinn. McQuinn is an organization. We are a group of minority Christian women entrepreneurs, and we host monthly meetups where we gather together and we talk with speakers about different events and things of that nature. But today I want to promote and talk about our Embracing You conference, which is in August. And a lot of our chapters are really excited about that. Embracing You, the conference, is an opportunity to gather in Baltimore with other women entrepreneurs to discuss, to learn from each other, to share tips and tricks. So if you are interested, check it out. The link is on our McQuinn page. It's also on our website, mcquinn.org. It takes place August 17th. It's an all-day affair, Saturday. There's Friday night networking as well. So if you are interested, I encourage you to go check it out. Now, our speaker today is Elaine Myada. Elaine is the founder and CEO of Myada Communications, a marketing and communication firm. She is an award-winning, results-oriented communications and marketing professional with nearly 20 years of experience in advertising, branding, content, public relations, and digital media. Myada Communications provides entrepreneurs, nonprofits, and small businesses with strategic marketing solutions to help achieve their marketing and communications goals, including increasing brand awareness, engaging target audiences, driving sales, and fundraising, and promoting events. Elaine has managed and implemented national communications and marketing campaigns for public and private clients, including the TREP School, Divine Power Coaching, House of Ruth, and the YMCA. Elaine works with clients. She has supported them with rebranding, social media management, website design and maintenance, email marketing campaigns, public relations, and much more. Elaine's communications and marketing work has been recognized with more than 50 internal agencies and external PR industry awards since 2002. She is a graduate of Howard University. So Elaine, thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm going to shift it over to you. Just a reminder to those who are watching, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section, and after Elaine's presentation, we'll go through. Elaine, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Eveline, for that wonderful introduction, and welcome everyone. I'm really excited today to be talking to you about high impact marketing. I'm very passionate about helping entrepreneurs and small business owners, especially female business owners, with their marketing. So let's jump right in, because I have a lot of great information that I want to share with you. And of course, I'm looking forward to your wonderful questions as well. So I'm just going to jump over and let's see. Let's see. Let me get over to my presentation here. All right. So we're going to talk today about high impact marketing. I know that any business owner that I work with, the one thing they want is to make an impact with their marketing. They want to reach their target audience, and they want to be able to let them know what product or service they offer, and also be able to help them improve their business, their lives, whether it's their health. I work with so many business owners that offer wonderful services and products. So one of the first key takeaways that you're going to get out of this presentation is the importance of developing a marketing plan for your business, using marketing automation tools to make it easier for you to market your business, and also video marketing tools and techniques that you can start implementing today. Did I say today? Yes, today, because I want to be able to help you to do something today to promote your business. Now, first, let's talk about a marketing plan. If you follow me on social media, and I encourage you to, one of the things you'll hear me talk about a lot is having a marketing plan. Why is it important to have a marketing plan? Well, most successful marketers and business owners have a marketing plan, which is basically your roadmap for the activities, tactics, things you're going to do to promote your business, to promote your services or your products. Without that, you're just doing random tactics here and there. So that's the number one thing I recommend for success. Now, what goes into a marketing plan? Because a lot of times when we start businesses, sometimes we do a marketing plan as part of your business plan, but sometimes you don't get that element done, or it's a very broad and general marketing plan. So the three main components of a marketing plan are your strategy component, your budget, and your evaluation. And these are all very important, because if you do a strategy and don't have a budget to support it, then you won't be able to get done what you need to get done. And then if you don't evaluate your strategy, you won't know what's working and what's not working. So I always like to use statistics to help support some of the things that I'm sharing with you. And as you can see from this statistic, that a lot of marketers are successful when they set goals. And that's one of the things that you include in your strategy for your marketing plan is goals for your business, whether it's to increase awareness about your business, to engage your target audiences, to promote certain products and services, to get people to an event. Whatever your goals are, we want to make sure we understand what those are. And one of the things that I always encourage business owners is that if you need help, if this isn't your strong suit, if you're just not a planner, work with a professional to get your plan developed. They can help you get a plan developed that you can then implement, and you'll feel so much better once you have the plan as a roadmap to follow. So, want to get into what goes into the strategy portion of your marketing plan. First of all, you want to discuss what your goals are, and make sure you include specific timelines for your goals. So for example, if one of your goals is to raise awareness about your business among, let's say, female entrepreneurs, let's say your business is focused on working with female entrepreneurs, you may want to put together a 90-day timeline of the different activities and tactics that you'll be doing in that 90 days to raise awareness, whether it's posting on social media, going to certain events, sending out a marketing flyer, whatever it is that you're going to do. You want to make sure you have that down in a timeline, and you can look back at that at the end of the 90 days and say, wow, look at what I did. And then you can also evaluate your goals. Also, who are you trying to reach? Who is your target audience? Now, I find sometimes this is where business owners get stuck. They have so many different target audiences, or they're not really clear on their target audiences. One of the things that I really recommend is to create a persona or a sketch of the person, or if you're B2B, the business that you're trying to reach. So for example, one of my personas is female entrepreneurs, a female entrepreneur, let's say she's a solopreneur with a coaching business, ages 35 to 45, who is family-oriented, success-oriented, and motivated, that is looking for ways to promote her business. So you want to talk about who the person is, maybe their age range, maybe their education, what type of business they have, any other characteristics that will help you really, really hone in on who you're trying to reach. Also, as part of your strategy, and perhaps one of the most important pieces of your strategy, is your tactics or your promotional plan. How will you reach your target audience or your target market? So this covers all the types of communications you're going to use: email marketing, social media, flyers, events, face-to-face meetings, any activity that you can think of that you can do under marketing, your website, that's where this would go under. So I recommend that if you're just starting out, pick 3 of the most specific things that are going to reach your target audience. Why do I recommend that? A, budget, and B, time. As a small business owner, you have limited budget and time, so you want to do the most impactful marketing activities. So pick those 3 activities that you feel that are going to be most effective in reaching your target audience, and then focus on doing those activities. You'll find that you'll manage your time better, and you'll see more bang for your buck and your time. Now, another piece of your marketing plan is your budget. And the budget should track with your activities. It will tell how much money you're going to spend on each of the initiatives. So for example, if one of your initiatives is a website, or outreach tools is a website, you want to include the cost of maintaining that website, hosting, any other cost. If you're doing any kind of plugins, maybe email marketing, you may have to pay for those. So you want to include those costs in your budget so that you can ensure that they're covered. And whether it's a monthly cost, a quarterly cost, or an annual cost, you want to make sure that's outlined. Now, the reason why I really harp on the budget is a lot of times when I work with business owners, they have all these ideas, but then the budget isn't there to support them. And what I want to make sure is that the budget is in alignment with not only your goals, but your tactics or promotional plan, so that you don't feel overwhelmed, and so that you can actually enjoy running your business. And if you need to be doing some of these marketing tactics yourself, you have the bandwidth to do it, because you've already thought about the budget that goes into that. Now, finally, the other important piece is having an evaluation of your marketing efforts. How are you going to track them? What metrics are you going to use? Are you going to review this data monthly, quarterly? Are you going to have maybe an in-depth review halfway through the year to see how you're doing? With social media, you can look at analytics. With email marketing, there's usually reports that go with that. With your website, there's reports that you can get. So with the events you go to, you can look at how many people did you reach, how many flyers did you give out, things like that. So you want to be tracking this data so that at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter, you can look at it and say, wow, here I really did well. I reached 500 people, and let's say that was your goal, and you reached them at an event and you feel really confident. You'll know that's something you want to do again. So when you measure your results, you'll also be able to say, you know what, this tactic really isn't working well. I'm going to focus less on that and put more into another tactic. So for example, if you're doing social media advertising, let's say you ran 3 different ads over the course of a quarter, and one ad really outperformed the others. You may decide, hey, I'm going to use this ad again instead of using all 3 ads moving forward, because this ad got me the most leads, was the most engaged with, and that will really help you make your marketing efforts more effective. So the other thing I really recommend for any entrepreneurs or small business owners is to make use of marketing automation tools. There are a ton of tools out there that you can use. The tools that I really use and that are helpful for me are tools like for scheduling or analyzing social media, for email marketing, for evaluation of marketing efforts. But there are tools for creating blog posts. There are tools for doing graphics. There are a plethora of tools that you can choose from. I'm going to go through some of the tools that I use and that I recommend, and certainly would love to hear if there are tools that you have questions about or tools that you're using that you think, are really effective. Now, one of the things I will say is I tend to try to look for free tools as much as possible. And some tools that give you like a free 7-day or 14-day or 30-day trial, and then you have to pay for them. And some tools you only pay if you go and you get additional services. So I always recommend comparing a couple of tools before you choose one to work with, because you may find that there's ease of use with one tool that you don't have with another tool that may be cheaper, but if it's easier for you to use one tool, that's the tool you really want to go with. So just think about that as you're evaluating tools. So one of the tools I use is Hootsuite, and Hootsuite is a social media management tool where you can actually schedule posts on all your social media. You can actually also on Hootsuite track comments, look at what your competitors are doing. There's a variety of things that Hootsuite has. It also does analytics for you. So Hootsuite is really good for that. And Hootsuite actually has a free version and it has a paid version. The free version usually only lets you post a certain number of posts at a time. The next version up, which I think is $30 up, lets you do unlimited posts. So depending on how often you're posting, you may want to do that version up. TweetDeck is also a free tool, and that's specifically for Twitter, and that lets you schedule posts on Twitter. I like TweetDeck because sometimes I may be doing things on Twitter that I'm not doing on other social media. And because it's completely free and you can schedule as many posts as you want, sometimes I'll schedule a month of posts on TweetDeck. So you can always combine TweetDeck with Hootsuite if you'd like to get more bang for your buck. So Sprout Social is another social media management tool that you can use. And it has many of the same features as Hootsuite as well as some additionals. Sprout Social starts at $59 a month and goes up, so it just depends what features you want. So I would recommend, if you want to compare two different social media management tools, looking at Hootsuite and Sprout Social and seeing which one you like best. Also, one of the tools I use is MailChimp, and that's an online email marketing solution. So you can use that to get subscribers to your newsletter, send emails. And what I love about MailChimp is it's a very easy plug and play to create newsletters and to get those out. But it's also great for tracking your metrics, to seeing, your open rates, how many people opened, your click-through rates, even to see what's the best time to send your emails. You may find that there's certain times that work better than others. A few other marketing automation tools. Canva. I love Canva. It is a graphic design tool. I use it almost every day. They have a free version and a paid version. The paid version is about $11.95 a month, and the free version, of course, is totally free. I switched from the free version to the paid version because the paid version gives you more features and more templates to choose from than the free version. And if you're doing a lot of social media posting, but not just that, Canva has resumes, marketing flyers, sale flyers, postcards. Any kind of graphics that you can think of, Canva has it. The other great thing is it has photo images that you can choose from. You can upload your other images. You can share things with people. Another great tool is Prezi, and that helps you create presentations. It's similar to PowerPoint, but it's a little bit more advanced. So I also recommend that. And this has a free version as well. I've always used the free version of Prezi and found it to work really well. Something else I recommend is Upwork. Upwork is where you can find consultants or freelancers to help you with your marketing, and really sometimes at very low rates, as little as $10 to $20 for some activities that you might think you have to pay more for. So those are just a few marketing automation tools that I really want to go through with you. Now, I want to spend my last 10 minutes talking about video, because video is so crucial to your marketing strategy. As you can see from this stat, within the next year, basically by 2020, videos are going to drive 80% of all online traffic. That means if you're online doing anything, whether it's websites, social media, you have got to use video. Now, what's the power of video? Most of us have used video on our personal Instagram or Facebook page, just taking our smartphone and videoing a place that we were at or what we're doing. So if you've done that, then you basically have the knowledge and tools you need to create videos for your business. What I love about videos is they allow you to connect with your customers in a personalized way, because customers can see who you are, hear directly from you. And it also allows you to extend your reach. When you're off at night sleep and a customer wants to know something about your product, they can go on your website or your social media and watch a video and learn about your business. And because you have limited time and budget, investing in video, you will find, will help you maximize your efforts. Customers can get the information you need, and you can educate and engage with them at various times of the day. Now, a couple more video stats. Video posts earn 40% higher engagement than other visuals. That's amazing. That's something that you need in your business. And if you're trying to increase brand awareness, engagement with your clients, get more leads. And I thought this was crazy. 100 million hours of video just on Facebook. We're not even talking about Instagram or any other platforms. 100 million hours a day of video. So can you imagine if you created a video, you could be getting some of this 100 million hours. And also with video, you can track your metrics and measure your success. You can see what people are watching, what videos people are interested in, and figure out what videos maybe you can do more of. So how do you get started with video? Some business owners really think that, okay, I've got to go out and buy all this equipment, and I've got to, go get media trained to get in front of the camera. I have something that I just started doing this year called the Myada Marketing Minute, where basically I spend 1 minute giving tips or talking about tools with marketing that small business owners can use. And guess what? I just use my smartphone to do that. And I upload it to my social media, and it's getting very high engagement. People are finding it useful. I'm getting questions and comments for it. So something as simple as that, it doesn't have to be a long video. And guess what? You're the expert on your business. So you speaking about your business really is the best storytelling you can do for your business. One challenge I like to throw out to all my clients, and I'm going to throw out to each of you today on this webinar, is that after this webinar, sometime this afternoon, I would love for you to get your phone, open up the camera, or use your computer and record a quick video and just introduce yourself and your business and post it. This is just one small thing you can do. And each week you can pick a topic. Maybe if your business is a coaching business and there's a certain a question that you get from your coaching clients regularly, you can do a frequently asked questions video post that you post every week and answer a question. And it gives you an idea to really personally connect with people. And if there's a prospect that's thinking about working with you, this will help them see your style, the way you do business, and hopefully get them to interact with you and to purchase a product or service. Now, if you do want to buy some video tools to help you out, one of the things that I recommend is a tripod stand to hold your cell phone. That way you don't have to be holding it. I have one that I use for doing my Myada marketing minutes. Here's one that I pulled from Amazon. It's only $36, very inexpensive and easy to use. Highly recommend that. If you'd like to get a mic that you can mic yourself with, you know, if you have a soft voice or maybe you feel like there's a lot of ambient noise that you want to, you know, cut out, there's a lavalier mic here that I've recommended from Amazon for $35. So for less than $100, you can start doing video marketing. Now, like I said, you don't necessarily need these tools. You can prop your phone up on a desk and use it that way. But if you want to start investing in tools that make it easier, here are 2 tools that I do recommend and I think will be very helpful for you. So, what about creating engaging content for video marketing? How do you do that? Start with just creating videos and tutorials that you can post on your website or social media that your prospective clients, current clients, clients that you're trying to reach can go to at any time of day if they want to see, hey, how does this product work? What services do you offer? And the type of content you create really depends on you and the audiences you're trying to reach. We already talked about starting with that video introduction of your business to start building that rapport and relationship. But think beyond that. You know, think about if you have a product, can you maybe walk through your product, show people how to use your product, give them a demo, you know, maybe show them a day in the life of your business. That's a great thing, especially if you're a coach. You know, maybe you can talk about how you start your day. What are some of the things you do to prepare for your coaching sessions? If you have a coaching client who's willing to let them get a glimpse of their session, that's something you can do. One thing about videos is that people like to see. A lot of us work virtually now, but people like to see who they're working with. So if they see who you are, they hear your voice, they see how you interact, they have a much better motivation to reach out to you or to find out more about how to get your product or your service. So I don't know if this is going to play. I hope it works. I uploaded one of my Myada Marketing Minutes. Hello, and welcome to the Myada Marketing Minute. I'm Elaine. Thanks so much for joining me. So today I wanted to talk about your marketing toolkit. If you're a small business owner or entrepreneur, when you start out with certain marketing pieces. So your business card is the first piece usually of your marketing toolkit. And then your social media is also a piece of your marketing toolkit, as well as your website. But in addition to those, there are other marketing materials that you may have that are specific to your industry or your business. For example, for outreach to government clients, you may have a capability statement. Other things may include direct mail, videos. So there could be a variety of things in your marketing toolkit. If you haven't looked at or updated your toolkit, I recommend doing that. Happy marketing. So that's just an example of one of my Myada Marketing Minutes. And you can, you know, I chose to name my videos, but you don't necessarily have to name them. I know a lot of people are hesitant about doing live videos. So this is a way to do a video that's not live. If you need to do multiple takes, you can do that. You can write a script out if you need to, or at least prep yourself. I really love video, and I really encourage you to invest in video. So I think that pretty much covers it. And I'm ready for any questions that anybody have.
Okay, thank you so much, Elaine. That was such an informative presentation. And I have a ton of questions. So I'm going to go ahead and open up with some of my questions, and then as the others trickle in, we'll kind of do a back and forth. One of the things that you mentioned earlier was avoiding doing random tactics. What does that mean?
So I find a lot of times that people get caught up with like a flashy new trend or tactic that they see other people doing, whether it be on social media or on their websites. What you really want to do with your business is think about what works within your brand. So if it's a tactic that makes sense, like a trend, like let's say Beyonce's, I can't remember the name, Before I Let Go challenge. If that's something that makes sense for your business, maybe you sell headphones. So that would be a cool thing to do, a Before I Let Go challenge with somebody wearing your headphones. Then that makes sense for that kind of business. But if you're, let's say, a service-oriented business that does plumbing, I don't know if the Before I Let Go challenge is appropriate for you. So really think about how some of these trends fit into your overall business before you just go and do them. Because I find a lot of times what happens is people just think, oh, well, I'll get a lot of attention from doing this tactic, but you don't want to get the wrong type of attention. You want to attract your target audience, and you want them to get to know you and to be able to engage with your product or service, but you don't want to do it in the wrong way.
Understood. We have a question. If you have a limited budget, what marketing steps should you begin with if marketing is not your strong point?
So with limited budget, what I recommend, and actually the reason why I created that Myada Marketing Minute video was talking about your marketing toolkit. So really having a website, business card, and social media are three things that are not cost prohibitive. Getting a website nowadays, you can build your own, or you can basically do a landing page even if you need to start out small. So those are three things that I really recommend. Now, for social media, you don't have to have all the different, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. If you're a business to business, start with a LinkedIn page. You can reach other business owners on LinkedIn. If you're doing a product or service, you might want to think about Facebook or Instagram, because those are the two strong things for selling products. So really think about who your target audience are. Do some research to find out where they are. If you find that you can do a lot with events, going to different events locally, that may be cheaper for you than managing a social media campaign. So just think about what you can manage easily. But definitely I would recommend a website and business card, and think about at least one social media platform.
Wow. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, Elaine, because, I think the misconception is that if I start a business, I need to be on all the platforms. But you're absolutely right. The different platforms, although you get the exposure, they kind of have their niche. And so they all have their individual purposes that they serve. And so I'm really glad you broke that down for us, to kind of help us understand a little bit better about what each platform kind of does as far as business is concerned. Now, you had also mentioned setting marketing goals. Now, when we talk about goals, we also get into that whole territory of realistic versus unrealistic. So can you give us some unrealistic marketing goals that I, as a solo entrepreneur, might set if I'm just diving into this marketing world?
Sure. So one of the things I find is, because people say, oh man, I can reach so many people on social media, they'll say, you know what, I'm just going to do only social media, and my goal is going to be to get like 5,000 followers in 30 days. And I'm going to basically sell to, half of those followers. And that's, to me, an unrealistic goal, because to actually attract the right target audience, you can buy followers a lot of times, but they may not be your target audience. So my recommendation is that even with social media, manage your expectations and be prepared to spend money on social media. You have to advertise on social media. A lot of those people you see with thousands of followers and all this other stuff, like, they are spending hundreds of dollars a month to advertise their products or services. And I find people who say, well, can I just spend $50? Or, yeah, but you have to manage that. That may only reach 100 people. And if you're okay with your $50 reaching 100 or 250 people, then that's good for you. And for some of us, we need to just bring our expectations to with reality, especially on social media. You know, we hear these stories about people selling $1 million worth of merchandise on social media in less than an hour on Black Friday, and we go, I want to do that next year, right? But this person had been in business for years and had built up a clientele and knew what they wanted. She had certain things in place to get to that success. So if you're just starting out, you have to realize marketing is about, number one, consistency. You got to be consistent. So if you want to win the game at social media, you have to, A, be consistent with your posting, you know, being engaging, doing recruitment campaigns to get more followers, and also doing campaigns to build your brand awareness so people know who you are.
Understood. I'm so glad you touched on that, because I attended a marketing conference not too long ago, and I was blown away. I mean, you had companies that are bringing in millions, but they're spending tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And I think that's what, as a solopreneur, as an entrepreneur with a small business, that's not what kind of clicks in the very beginning. It's not until a couple years in the game, maybe, that you realize, oh, wait, I do have to pay to reach a wider audience if I want this thing to grow. And so I'm really glad you touched on that. We have to spend on marketing. We don't have to spend $100 a month if we don't have it. But as far as marketing is concerned, we need to have that plan and pay. I mean, we have to. You know, if I spend $50 and I get a client that's going to give me $600 a month, that $50 was worth it, right?
Yeah, and a lot of times people don't think about that. You may only get one client from that $50, but you know what? If they spend $650, that's a huge win for you. And so really just, and that's why I talked about having a marketing plan and doing that budget piece of the marketing plan. So if you're going to be on social media, you should have a line item that's advertising. Mm-hmm. And you can put a monthly amount, you can put a yearly amount or a quarterly amount, but have some money that you're going to set aside for that. That's really important.
Okay, so in keeping in line with this whole budget, setting goals and all of that, you had mentioned that the budget should track with your activities. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure. So for example, let's continue on the social media track since we started there. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're going to have a Facebook and an Instagram page, right? And you know you're going to need content for that. You know you're going to need to spend money on advertising. You know that if you want to recruit followers, maybe you want to have contests and give away certain things to get people to be attracted to you, right? So one of your line item budgets may be content development, and you may want to get somebody to help you create some graphics for your social media. And so you would want to have some budget there, whether it's $50 a month, or let's say you put a yearly amount. You say, okay, I'm going to spend $1,000 a year on graphics and content creation for social media. Now, you can include videos on there too. You may say, hey, I want to pay a professional to do some videos that I can post on my website and on my social media. So you want to have a line item for that. For your advertising, if you say, hey, I have this new product that I'm launching next month and I want to do a big push, then you want to put a budget together for how much do I want to spend to push this budget. Now, a lot of times how you come to that number is, let's say you say I want to sell 100 of this product. That means you've got to reach 1,000 people, right? So you can back that number up and say, well, to reach 1,000 people, if it's going to cost me $1 per person to reach 1,000 people, I've got to spend $1,000 on social media on my campaign. So there's ways, and this is where working with a professional may be helpful when you're first starting to do social media advertising, is they can help you figure out how to do your demographics for your ad, how much you need to spend. They can test 2 different types of ads, because you can do photo ads, you can do video ads. There's tons of things you can do on social media. And a lot of small business owners, guess what? We're not pros at marketing when we start our businesses. A lot of the things we're learning as we go, right?
Yes.
So that's why I highly recommend, even if it's getting a coach, someone that can coach you and show you how to set up a social media ad, so that you are aware the next time you want to do an ad, someone has walked you through that. I do coaching for my clients all the time, where I get on the phone with them, and if there's something specific they want help with, I actually coach them through that. So don't be afraid to get educated, get some coaching around things you don't understand around marketing. But budget-wise, make sure you think of all the costs of social media. If you're going to have a Hootsuite account that's paid for, that's got to be there. If you're going to do Canva, let's say you decide, hey, I'm going to do Canva and create my own graphics, that monthly cost of $11.95 has to be reflected in your budget. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. That was a very detailed, thorough explanation. We have a couple more questions, but we're running out of time. So what are the best ways to grow your email list? The question is, attending in-person events or social media presence?
I think a couple of different ways. Social media is really important. In-person can be good if you have a good incentive for why people would sign up for your email list. Doing a pop-up on your website is a great way to promote it. So let's say a first-time visitor will get a pop-up to sign up for your email list, and give something away for them to get that. Maybe it's a free ebook, maybe it's a free consultation, whatever you can give away to incentivize them. Do a contest on social media where if they sign up for your email listserv, they get entered for a gift card, a $25 gift card or something. So be creative. Think about creative ways.
Okay, and then going live seems to have maximum impact. Any advice for people who feel like they don't have the time or they don't like being on camera?
Yeah, I work with a lot of clients who have that. They're like, I'm uncomfortable. That's not something I want to do. So that's why I said going live is great, but I really recommend doing the pre-recorded videos first to get comfortable, and do short ones. Like, you don't even have to do a minute, maybe a 15-second one. Is there something quick that you can cover that people would be interested in? Maybe get a friend that is very camera friendly that wouldn't mind doing a video with you. So that could be, or a client that you can interview for a video, somebody that's used your product or your service. So if you don't want to be on camera, that's a creative way to still promote your product or your service by using a client or a friend that maybe you can say, hey, if you help me do some videos for me, I'll help you with X, Y, or Z. So really try to be as creative as you can. That's a great thing about marketing. Have fun with it. And if there's an area that you're uncomfortable with, get help. Ask your client, hey, would you mind doing a video testimonial about my product or service? Go to them and get the testimonial from them. Or ask a friend, hey, you've used my product or my service, would you mind doing one for me? And start in small increments. Even if you have to do video where you're talking to a friend about your product or your service, just to get comfortable in front of the camera, do that.
Oh, wow. Elaine, thank you so much. This was an excellent webinar. You provided us with so much content and information, practical information. If we want to get in touch with you, how do we do that?
Definitely. You can go to my website, www.myadacommunications.com. Myada is spelled Myada. So myadacommunications.com. My social media is Myada Communications on Facebook and LinkedIn. On Instagram, it's Myada_communications. But if you search, you'll see me. I'm the only Myada Communications. But just remember the spelling of Myada. I'd definitely love to have you guys follow me. Check out my Myada Marketing Minute. It will help you with your business marketing. I guarantee it.
Awesome. Again, thank you, Elaine, for joining us. This webinar will be up for the next hour or so. McQuinn members, you will have access to it through the member portal. Again, Elaine, thank you. This was a wonderful time. We appreciate you spending time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.